The importance of supporting this kind of science is at several levels. First of all, because the climate crisis affects the quality of life. If you look at the recent, what happened in the Swiss Alps, if you look at the wildfires throughout the world, if you look at the rain torrents and so on, it is crystal clear that this will only happen more, which means it will make life more difficult. Secondly, and of course there are many more impacts. If our cities continue to be polluting, we will have many more people dying from CO2 and all these things, and lung infections and so on. So we have to support it from the point of view supporting the quality of life. Secondly, we also have to support it because it makes economic sense. It has been figured out, and Professor Rockström will say tomorrow in his speech during our conference, that if we continue in a scenario of business as usual, so we don't do anything, the climate crisis will cost us 19% of world GDP. Now, 19% is a lot, even if it is 10%. If you say, people say, it's impossible, but even if it is 10%, it still is a lot. It still is much more than anything else. So it makes a lot of financial sense and economic sense to do something about what is going on with regard to the planetary climate problems and health problems. And then thirdly is also because increasingly you see that the climate crisis is related to other problems, and we will never ever be able to control migration, if that is an objective, if we don't control the desertification of big parts of the world. It has been forecasted that around 200 million people will be affected directly by desertification, meaning that their country will no longer be livable. So what will they do? They will move. And where will they move? Where there is still good living conditions, and that will be the parts of the world that are now saying we have enough migrants. So from a quality life of view, from a point of view of economic return, and from a point of view of how to solve other big issues which the planet is facing, we have no other choice than doing it. Well, I have a nice personal story to share there, which is absolutely true. Like most of my generation, I was aware, I read the Club of Rome. I was not a student there, I was at the end of college then. I read the Club of Rome, and I knew that there was something going on with the climate and the depletion of resources and so forth. So you know all that, and you think, okay, that's fine, it's one of the problems we will solve, and just let's go on with it. But then my daughter started studying 10 years ago ecology and wildlife conservation. And of course, as a former professor, you want to know everything better. So I started reading what she was writing, and I started also reading the courses. And I'm really serious. And that's when I started realizing, my goodness, this is much more a deeper structural systemic problem. The climate problem, it's not a secondary problem, it's a key structural problem of our future. And that motivates me to, well, first of all, to do more about it. And then of course I got the opportunity via the collaborations I had with Frontiers and the Frontiers Research Foundation to do something really active on it. So I didn't hesitate a second when Fred asked me if I would be interested in trying to get this off the ground. Yeah, that's a very good question, the others as well, but that's really the question I wanted to answer. So, and that is, what do we do here? Today, the 2 days that bring us together is, we have no place to hide. We cannot hide ourselves for the problem, we have to do something about it. How do you get people to do something about it? By showing them that there is an opportunity, that there is a possibility that we can solve it. And that's exactly what science is doing. What science is doing now for climate, what it has been doing in the past. If we were suffering from famine, if people were dying from hunger, what did science do? They came up with solutions. Well, that's exactly what we need to do now. We have to push forward the messages of hope and opportunities that new breakthroughs in science deliver, not only to policymakers and business, but also to the people. We don't have to go back and live in the jungle to solve the climate crisis. We can live a modern, comfortable and luxurious life either, but we can do it in a green way. So the key message that we want to deliver is there is a pathway forward, There is a big opportunity in fighting the planetary crisis, and what we need to do is join forces and reinvent the Renaissance in a green way. That's why we call it the Green Renaissance. Bringing together the science that is already there and that shows the way forward. Secondly, in doing so, bringing on board many more scientists that we need to join the fight against the climate change and the planetary problems. And thirdly, in doing so, create an image of hope for the world that it is possible to do it. If only we have more scientists getting the resources for it.